about 2009. So this is my 15th year in the league, and just can't wait to get started.
What about that phone call that you received that you actually got the job?
Yeah, a phone call I won't forget. Again, just a lot of years of hard work, and a really good feeling that it's paid off, and I get a chance to coach this team this year.
You've got big shoes to fill because this team is the G League champions. So is that where the bar is as you start this season?
First off, amazing accomplishment with the team last year. I've been a coach with Stockton previously. I know how difficult it is to win a championship, so was super excited to see that team do that. This is a new team, a lot of new personnel. We're going to focus on getting better every day, putting these guys in position to succeed, and live with the results from there.
Have you talked to Q? Have you talked to Lindsay about what they went through as head coaches here?
Yeah, of course. And Bobby Jackson was the head coach when I was here originally, so all of them have been great coaches, and have been able to lead this team to some strong seasons in these last few years, and I'm honored to be part of that group.
So, Coach, you mentioned this team being obviously different from last year's. Mason's not here, Scal's not here. What do you want to say about this group, some of the returners, but also some of the newcomers that fans can see when they watch?
Yeah, first off, our two ways, Dylan Cardwell, Isaiah Stevens, Daquan Plowden. I'm sure a lot of our fans watch Summer League, and we had a great team there. Those three were a major part of that team. They'll be a major part of this team when they're with us. And we're just going to try to put those guys in position to obviously help this team, but when they go back with the Kings, being able to help them win games as well.
Having been involved with the Kings as long as you have been, what's that relationship like between you, Scott Perry, Doug Christie? How much control will you have over personnel decisions at this level and vice versa?
Yeah, great. It's been great. I've been fortunate enough to be with the Kings for a while. It's hard in the NBA to stay in at all, so I've been grateful to work for a lot of great people. I'm focused on coaching the team. In the G League, there's always a lot of turnover, so I don't get too involved in the personnel side of it. I'm just going to coach who we have day to day.
What are your conversations have been like with Doug? Because normally, they like to run the same system in the G League to what they're doing with the big club. How are those conversations been going on as far as development?
Yeah, they've been great. Doug and I have known each other for a while. We have a great relationship. I have a great feel for what he's looking for in his team. Obviously defensive-minded. Watching the game last night with the Kings with Dennis getting that big stop, late game. Those are the kinds of plays I know that excite Doug. And, I think just defensive-oriented, team-first, unselfish. Those are things that we'll make sure we're doing here. But me and Doug are in sync, and I have a great feel for his vision, and we're going to coach these guys again, so they're ready to contribute to his team hopefully at some point.
So when you talk about your vision, at least for defensively, is this something comparable to what the Kings do, or do you try to add your own mix in there so they can get to understand defensive schemes?
Yeah, it will be similar, of course, because Dylan's going to be down here playing, and he's got to go play with the Kings, and it's terminology and stuff has to be consistent. So I would say it'll be pretty consistent between the two teams. We obviously will have a little bit of freedom to tweak some things here and there, just with the G League being a little bit different. But again, first off, just guarding your man, being there for your teammate, rebounding, all the things that we believe winning teams do, physicality, the toughness, and I think we have some personnel on this team to make that happen.
You also have Isaac. Do you know if you're going to have Isaac Jones?
I don't know.
What about Plowden? I know he's going to be down here
a
lot too, and you're going to be trying to develop him in progress. What do you think about him so far?
Yeah, great person, super talented, great defender. Very excited to have him. We're going to look to him to be aggressive on both ends, but I think with his experience in this league, in the NBA, just looking for him to lead and have some of the younger guys look to him as an example of kind of the pros we want to have.
And also, Will, you said you've been around the club around, so you know what's going on in Stockton. They do have, they do draw some pretty good crowds down there. Kind of loud, not like, you would here in Golden One Center, but you know, Adventist Health Center is a good place. You know, it's a community of basketball. What do you think about, you know, playing in that community?
Yeah, you know, anytime I've been there, fans super passionate. You know, I remember just walking out to the court and, you know, season ticket holders with the same fans every game shaking bells, and, you know, we're high-fiving them on the way off the court. Super passionate fan base. So, you know, like you said, great environment to play in, great arena, and, you know, we're going to do our best to give the community a team they can be proud of.
And obviously, you said there aren't that many returning players this year, but the ones you do have, especially early in the season, how much are you going to rely on them for leadership and that championship pedigree?
Yeah, major. You know, I think it's a rare thing in the G League to have some continuity, and, you know, we're fortunate to have a few returners, especially from that team last year. So they already have some chemistry. We've already been working out in these last few weeks. So definitely we'll look to them for their leadership. And again, we just want to put a team together that's going to play for each other, that's going to be connected, and, you know, do things the right way. So yeah, they'll be a huge part of our team, and we're going to lean on their experience.
For some of the young players, do you use Keon Ellis as an example of somebody? Yeah, I mean, if you want to extrapolate it.
Yeah. I was fortunate enough to be here with Keon. Coached him here. Just a total pro. You know, super awesome to see him have success in the NBA. I think he is a great example for these guys to look at, as if you come into this league and you're focused on the day-to-day and you get your job done, you know, you're going to get the success you're looking for. So Keon's a great example of that.
And for you, I know the season is getting closer, but have you had that pinch me moment? You know, has everything kind of settled in and you realize that you're in your, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but dream role possibly?
Yeah, I mean, when I got that call, it was a pinch me moment. And, you know, since then we've been working on putting the staff together and working on the roster. And of course, I think opening night when I'm coaching, you know, officially, that'll be a special moment. But I don't take for granted this opportunity, and I'm super excited about it. I'm going to give it my all every day, and our staff, and you know, it's a special place to me.
Cool.
No, we're good. Yes.